I met Tim in 2009, right before our senior year, the summer before our senior year. And matter of fact, no, it was before our it was the end of our junior year, and he transferred from St. Paul. And he was sitting in the coach office, and yo looked like an old man. So I come in there, and I'm like, "What's up, coach?" And they're like, "No, he ain't no coach, he about to play." We get around to the season, summer practice. So, they hyping Tim, and I was the defensive captain and all that. So they're like, "The new Tim this, Tim that. He good, he this, he nice," and all that. So I'm like, man, I don't know. So the first day of practice, we got fucking pads on. First thing Coach White said, "Tim, Sterling." And I'm sitting there like, because I saw his highlight tape. If you look at his St. Paul highlight tape, it's filthy. So I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, man, this motherfucker ain't about to run me over. So we get up, we lay down, boom, stalemate. One time, coach like, run him over. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker ain't running me over. We get it again. This like the first drill of the whole summer. Like, this is the first thing. You get it again. Boom, stalemate. Third time, boom, stalemate. And I said that like, yo, you want running me over? He said that like, man, you want about to smack me? If I seen you smacking niggas, I like, yeah, yo, you want about to run me over? Tim was good, man. I mean, y'all see the highlight tapes and all that. I was good. I could never like get the best of him. He always wanted to be the better, even if he never felt like he wasn't better. I felt like I was better. He didn't feel that way. So when we would go up against each other, he wouldn't let me get. He was like one of the only people I couldn't like lay the fuck out. And I wanted to hit him so bad. And when he watched this, I wanted to smack the shit out of him. And we did that one-on-one oak drill.
Everything during the camp and everything was seeming pretty good. Everything was going like I thought it would. And then once again, the injury bug hit me. We was playing Eastern Tech. Eastern Tech was known in the Baltimore County League. They was playing River Hill every year in the championship. So that was a good game, good test. And I wanted to test myself in that league because I did my thing in the private school league. So I wanted to see how I matched up with the public school league, which had more athletes. So first game of the season versus Eastern Tech, I was ready. So came out. On limited carries, I had probably like 60, 70 yards rushing on about 4 or 5 carries. We ended up losing that game, but I felt like I could play with them. Like, it wasn't the talent gap. What I thought what the talent gap would be, it wasn't a gap at all.
We played Eastern Tech. Yeah, we played Eastern Tech. And I think he caught a pick or did he smack somebody? It's either one, I forget, I gotta remember. I think he caught a pick. And he's like, yeah, man. And he said something, the coach said, the coach was like, yeah, you gotta give me the ball. And Coach Trugg, he ain't like when people talk about his offense. So, him and Coach Trugg started beefing there. And then we had this kid, Mark Velasquez. They put him at running back, and he ended up taking a starting running back spot from Tim. And then after that, Tim was just like mad, disgruntled, and just fucking mad for real. So that kind of fucked him up too. Then like when he wasn't I don't know why he never like practicing hard for some reason. And that's the reason why he probably, he got mad and all that. But Coach White and you go to Milford, they tell you practice hard, you'll get the playing time. I guess he was so used to, like being this high recruiter or demand that he didn't want to put in the work. So I mean, he was all right.
Man, I knew this narrative about practicing was going to come up because the way I practice is definitely not how I play because I have a switch that I can turn on, off and on, so it's different for me. But in practice, the drills, I do my thing in the drills, scrimmages. I'm just not a conditional sprint type of guy, so that's the only thing you can say that in practice I don't do well. On the other note, but as you got to understand as a 17, 18-year-old coming from where at school you was ranked highly and then coming over here and then after you get injured, you're not playing. How would you really practice? So I never really got into this. So when I first got to Milford,
I was told things like I was going to get the ball, I was going to be featured on the team. So, like anybody, you hear that, they showing you love, you like, all right, I'm going to ride with them. I had other options, but I ride with them. So I get there game one, everything going good, warm-ups, everything good. I'm looking good. So I have a good game. I had like 60, 70 yards rushing on like 3 carries. But my foot swole up because my cleat was a size too small due to the fact I had an ankle brace that was bigger than what I thought it was. So my foot swole up, bang, I'm out for 2 weeks. They put the backup in. His name was Mark. He ain't really do nothing those first 2 games. Like, he a freshman, he ain't really do nothing too tough. So I'm thinking when I get back, we back to business as usual. So I get back, I think it's game 3 versus Hereford. So we play Hereford. I don't see a snap in the game. Like, I don't play at all. So, like, at that point, I was really pissed off because it's like, bro, you didn't bring me here to sit on the bench. Like, I don't do that. So, bang. So we get back on the team bus. They mad. They lost the game in overtime. They mad. I ain't really mad because I ain't play. So, like, that sounds selfish, but it was one of them things like, if I played, I would have contributed. So, bang, we get back on the bus. I remember they throwing Gatorades in the air. I smacked the Gatorade out the air, and coach hollered at me like, "What's wrong with you?" Blah, blah, blah. And I don't really say nothing because I ain't want to disrespect him. I ain't want to say nothing. That ain't my character. But one of the players that had a good game said, I yelled my man to my back, another transfer. I was like, yo, man, we transferring, man. We ain't doing this. So one of the other teammates said something in response to me, and then, yeah, man, we almost got into it on the bus. So, like, after that, like, my feel for the team and the game wasn't the same because it was like, man, I could see how this is about to go. So, like, the narrative switched with me, like, whereas though I wasn't really feeling playing for them no more, like, honestly, if I'm being honest.
We had a players meeting because we had a team captains and coach meeting, and Tim was in there, and they wanted to kick Tim off the team. And I said, him being my friend, I said, nah, man, like, nah, this is senior year, like, let him play. You know what I'm saying? Like, we that good or anything like that. Might as well let him play. This is last year playing. Like, yeah, I mean, and I said, and I was vocal. He could tell you this. I even said something. The coach said, man, I mean, just give him the ball sometimes and see what he do with it. You never know. But overall, man, I'm going to just say, like, Tim, that's my fucking guy to this day. We've been rocking for over 10 years, my guy. Even, like, after our senior year, after all that went down, I think we became closer because I understood him more. I got to get the dorm even after senior year.
So, like, after those situations further down the season, man, we keep losing. I ain't playing. So, at one point, I quit the team. And it wasn't even because, like, it was because I wasn't playing, but I felt like they was wasting my time at this point because I'm a senior. I had schools looking at me before I came here, and then it was like, I just really played with my career. So, like, I felt like it was no point of wasting my time out there just for fun. Like, I don't play for fun right now. Like, I got a mission. I'm on a mission to do something bigger than this. So, bang, I quit the team. Next thing I know, I had to talk with my father. My father was like, man, you don't quit nothing, blah, blah, blah. Supposedly they had a team meeting about me. And they let me back on the team, so they let me back on the team, but I still ain't really getting no time. So, like, my mindset for that season just was out there. Like, I ain't even really want to play football no more because it was like, if this was the politics I got to deal with, this ain't for me.